Today we're going to be teaching you how to do an electronic time card on your mobile device. Brought to you by Brendan on the Canon camera. Okay guys, now this is about the new time cards we have at JC. They're a little intimidating. I'll be honest, when we first had them come out, I really didn't like to use them myself and I found them hard and scary. But Brandon helped me for about a week. Once you get these down, it's going to save us time, it's going to save us money, and you're going to find this way faster and easier. And you don't have to fill out paper time cards, and it'll be great. So I'm going to show you how to use it. Now our phones are a little bit different, but pretty much they're the same, with just minor differences. So the first thing you want to do is you want to launch the electronic time card application on your phone. So I happen to have an icon here, and I'll make sure your phones can have that too. It's called Q-Card. You could just tap on that and it would open, or you can find it this way. Swipe your finger down from the top to the bottom of your screen and look in the things that your phone is doing and try to find out what says Q-Card running. You could click on that and get to there as well. Let's do that, shall we? Q-Card running. And the first thing you do is you'll see this interface. Kind of looks like a paper time card thing with text on it. You want to make sure this thing up here in green says cards. If it does not, you just tap it. The options it'll say is Q, cards, or summaries. You want to fill out a time card, so you click on cards. Ours was already on there, but I was just showing you that. The next thing you want to do is check the date, because you're wanting to let the card know what date is this time card. So to go back and forward, one way to do it on your thing is this little arrow by the date. See, right now it says Thursday, January 23rd. Boom, just click. It'll get to Wednesday. Notice there's a lot of things filled out. I was a good boy. I filled out my time card yesterday. So that says Wednesday, January 23rd. You can go back. If you're a bad, naughty boy, you didn't fill it out for Tuesday, you can go all the way back. So let's go forward and let's see, it'll go Tuesday to Wednesday and then to Thursday. Today's Thursday. Let's do a mock time card together like we're filling it out. Okay, the first step in doing your time card is you want to add a time card. So you go to this button at the upper right hand corner or left hand corner that has a plus sign, and you click on it because you want to add a job card. Say add a card, job. You're like, yep, we'll do that. So there you go. And then number two, second step, there's only two steps, is add new at the bottom, because you want to add your entries. And now you're ready to roll. Two steps, boom. So this kind of looks like any of our job time cards in the past. That's paper. You want to tell them what job you were on, which is job name. So you touch job name, and it'll just give you a list of all the jobs that are currently open and we're working on by alphabetical order. So let's say you were working on Wolf, and you go down to Wolf and you're like, yep, that's the one I want, and you touch Wolf. Boom, it just filled in job name, Wolf. Next thing you want to do is tell them how long you were there, what your start time and your end time was. Let's say you were starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. You got there and you're starting work at 7. So you touch the start time and you go to 7 and a.m. So a way to change these is just by touching the 7, you can change it to whatever you want. When it's highlighted blue, that means that's the one you're on, you're ready to change. So we want to make it 7 a.m. So you touch that little 7 and a.m. and a.m. is there. Here's how you change the a.m. and p.m. and then you click done. Boom, start time 7 a.m. End time, let's say you were there for just an hour, okay? So let's touch end time, and it says 7 right now. We want to change that to 8, because you were only there for an hour, 8 a.m., and then you click done. 7 to 8 a.m. Next thing you want to fill out on your time card here is your cost code. Let's say you were working on the pool, which is a common frequent occurrence at the Wolf Mansion. You click on cost code, and you can scroll through all the alphabetical ordered cost codes that we have. In case you forget one, they're all listed here, which is kind of cool. Or if you don't have the patience like I do, you can type it in and get there quicker. So you touch where it says search, and it'll pull up your little keypad, or you can flip open your keypad and type in S, F, oh, where the heck is the L? Oh, SFOB, for like pool. Boom, and it brought it up faster just like that. So now your cost code is filled out. The next thing you want to do, if you had drive miles there, they live out in the sticks, so you definitely want to put those down if you wanted to. You can touch personal vehicle. Here's listed where LCF, that's where I charge miles up to the LCF, but you use your personal vehicle, which it already was on. So personal vehicle, and ignore travel time. Just go to the travel miles icon. So you touch there and say, man, that's 25 miles, and you hit done. And now if you went through a toll booth, Wolf you don't, but if you had a job where you did, you just click on this and how many times you went over or through a toll area, like a bridge on a 520. You'd put, I went one time, or one time there and back, that'd be 2 times, and you would click done. And then if you guys are using tool points or charging your truck at all, you click on points. Sorry, my finger, there we go. And then enter your points and click done if you did that there. And the most important part is your notes. This is where you add and tell what you did at the job. Worked on the pool, did a pre-filter, blah, 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 blah. Now you can either type this in on your phone like you type text messages and emails already, or you can use the fast and speedy feature, which is this thing that looks like a microphone, which is your, what is it, auto type?
Speech to text.
Speech to text is the appropriate term, as Brandon will use it. We're gonna give that a test. A lot of phones do pretty good. You just wanna talk slower, and a little more robotic seems to help. Brandon doesn't think so, but I do. So I hit the microphone, and right now it is typing what I'm saying. I am the coolest teacher tutorial guy in the world, talking like a robot. You don't have to type like a robot. And then when you're done, you just touch that and it stops recording. Really want to double check to make sure it got everything you said correctly. Well, you know, sometimes it'll get a word wrong, and all you got to do is go back where that word is. I don't know if it did any wrong, but you just touch your finger where you want to fix a incorrect error or some naughty word that it said, and go back, hit the delete button, and then just whatever, type in that word. And then you'd be done. So right there, we just filled out one entry for Wolf. You were there for an hour. Now, the last part of this tutorial, I'm going to address a couple issues or problems if an error comes up, how to deal with that. So let's say you're going to another job. You were an hour at Wolf, and now you're going to go to a new job. Let's say you headed to Amiga. So you clicked add a card at the bottom, and you're like, boom, new job. So job name, let's say you went to Amiga. Boom. You click on Amiga. Amiga's up at the top. And now you're going to do the time. So you ended Wolf at 8 o'clock. So next time, let's say you were there for an hour and a half at Amiga. So start time is 8 o'clock, which is good. Hour and a half would be 9:30. You clicked your end time, boom. Let's go to 9, and let's go to 30. And then click done. Boom. And then what you would do is go and fill out your cost code, if you used your vehicle, how many miles, and then you put in your notes at the bottom and all the stuff that you want to fill out. Let me go through something that you might come across. Let's say you worked at Amiga from 8 o'clock till 1 p.m. in the afternoon. You were there for like 4 or some hours. And you might have this error pop up. So you go, you're like, oh, I was there till 1:30 p.m. And you're like, 1:30, and then you click done. Whoa, that pops up. End time cannot be before start time. What the heck does that mean? That just means you forgot to hit PM. You got to make sure if you're working from the morning AM through the PM that you got to hit 1:30. Don't forget to change the PM. That's all that means. So it's not anything freaky, you just forgot to add PM. So when you see that, I still have it today. That's what it is. Last thing, there's 2 things left I want to show you. On the job name, let's say you're not working in a job, but you're working overhead for JC. It's like a JC Costco. You're working in the office, you're working on a toilet in the shop or something like that. You want to use the... Brandon, where am I missing? Oh, the 2014 JCSL cost code. So if you're doing something for Carl and it can't be charged to a job, but it's got to be a JC cost code, you'd hit 2014 right there, and that's that cost code. The only other thing that would be a heads up, let's say you were at Amiga, which we'll do here, and you did a bunch of different things there, different cost codes like you guys do. You might work an hour on electrical, and then the next hour you worked on plumbing, and you have to add in your time card. All you got to do is, let's say you worked for an hour, which is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Boom. So you got that, and a.m. And let's say you did whatever this first cost code is. Stucco work, slab stucco work. You did that for an hour. But you're like, dude, from the next hour I did electrical. So fill out all your normal stuff. All you got to do, fill out all your stuff you did with stucco, put in your notes, put in everything, add new. and then scroll to put in Amiga one more time because you're still at Amiga. Boop, 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 Amiga. And then now you put in an hour because you're doing an hour of something else. You put in, let's say it's 10 a.m. Boom. And then all you got to do is put that different cost code right here. Put in a different cost code, put in what you did, and then fill out all your info here saying, oh, I worked on this cost code. And that's how you separate it. It's the same job, but you did different things. Now, lastly, when you're all done filling out your time card, you got 2 steps. There's a check mark at the top. You want to hit that check mark. You're like, yep, did it, done it. Step number 2 is you want to submit this time card, and then you're done, all done. So what you would do is hit the submit button, and then it would go through, and there's actually a cool little red stamp that would go on and go, boom, submitted. And then you're all finished. Now, there might be an error that occasionally pops up, which is really good because it kind of helps you. Let's say you forgot to fill something out, like you forgot to put a cost code or something in. Well, it has this cool feature. If I go to submit this, it won't let me submit it because there's something wrong. Boom, submit. Do you want to?
No, cancel. You actually filled out all the fields on that one.
I did. Thanks, Brandon.
All the required fields.
Why doesn't this work?
Edit. Scroll up.
See, I'm still new. There's no reason to be embarrassed about this. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Okay, let's say I forgot to fill something out. Like I didn't fill out a cost code or something like that. What the heck?
You can't remove. Just go add new.
I can't remove something, Brandon? What the heck?
You can only change it. Just go to add a new card and leave some blank spots.
Oh my gosh. And then I can just submit it then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you go to hit the check mark, and then you're going to go submit the card because you're done. Boom. Submit.
And this time it says, there are errors on the card. Do you want to correct them?
And what do I do?
Press OK.
I press OK. Yeah. Okay. And then what this won't let you submit the card. Because in red, if you scroll down your entries, you'll see that it's in red. You're like, oh, dude, I forgot to do the job name, the time, or the cost code. All you do is fill those out, look through all your entries, see if there's any red areas, and then hit submit again. And it'll go through. When it goes through and there's a little pop-up area, you're done. It sounds a little complex. It's kind of long to explain, guys, on a tutorial here. But I will go through all this with you, but that is how you do it. And we'll get you guys up to speed on it. All right. From Brandon and I, from our heart, we love you, we thank you, and watching this tutorial.